So I'm very excited for many reasons. A, because we are not going to freeze now during the winter, but B, because we are finally getting a wood stove, and it's something we've been wanting to do for a very long time. It's just that wood stoves are pretty pricey, and we know it's an investment, but we'll be able to take this one with us to our next house, which is why we bought the biggest model possible, because we don't know what type of house we'll have in the future. I don't ever really want a huge house, but just in case we have something a little bit bigger, this is perfect. So it can kind of grow with us. But yeah, it is such a beautiful wood stove. We are traveling 4 hours each way just to get this wood stove. There has been so many shipment and product like backups lately, I think with COVID and everything like that. So we weren't going to be able to get one in until January, and we were calling around. We literally called all throughout New York. We called Jersey, Connecticut, Maine, Pennsylvania, and we finally found this one place that's 4 hours from us, and they said they were having one come in November 23rd, and then they called us just a couple days ago and said that it was actually in early, so we picked this up. It's just the beginning of November right now, so we're so excited. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Drum roll with the knife. Wow, look how nice. I love it though. The wood goes under there. We can see the nice fire. It'll go right in that corner. In case you missed our last video, I showed you guys us making, sorry I sound so horrible right now, I am sick, but I showed you guys us making the wood stove hearth, and we did like a German smear on it and aged wood, and it looks so beautiful. So now we are going to do an accent wall behind it. As you can see where the window ends, it's about 3 feet of length, and then this wall to the left, it's not that long, so we were trying to figure out, do we go all the way to the end of the hearth with a tongue and groove board, or just do about 3 feet? Because if you go all the way to the end with a tongue and groove board, that whole wall, like more than half of it would have tongue and groove board, but the other, like, you know, less than half wouldn't. So we thought it would look funny, so we just did an even length of where the window was, and also on the other side, and then we just took off the top of this decorative trim again, because we thought it would look weird if we just completely ripped out all of the trim. So we kind of used that as a starting point for our tongue and groove board. This was so easy to do. I mean, I didn't do any of the work, Connor did it all. I was able to kind of sit back and take it slow with baby boy and relax, which was really nice. I feel like normally I'm very involved in projects, but it was nice to kind of take a back seat this time. And again, I'm really sorry, my voice is probably so annoying in this video, and I'm not sure if like the music and audio is off at all, because my ears are completely clogged, so I really can't hear anything either. So it's just a little challenging for me right now. So if this video audio is horrible, just pretend it's really good for my sake. So next we took a plumb bob, or is it bog? I don't know, I think it's bob. And we went from the top of the ceiling to the floor to see where the chimney needed to go in. And depending on the wood stove you get, I'm sure there's different regulations and things like that. But we kind of just followed along with the kit, or the instructions that it came with. So my dad was able to help Connor since I was not, which was amazing. They worked on this project together. So the first thing we did was we had to build this box where the chimney support box would actually go through. So once we had that box in, we were able to just kind of cut through the ceiling and we were able to make the space for the support box. And since we did have cathedral ceilings with no attic space above, this is the support box that we needed. But depending on your space, you may need something completely different. Again, it really just depends on what stove you get and what your situation's like. Next, we went up to the roof and started to pull back the shingles. That way we can install the stove flashing. And this was pretty easy. I mean, I kind of didn't do any of the work, I just watched, but it looked pretty easy what they were doing. They just took this collar, or it's not really a collar, just flashing, and then basically you just push it through. And then they installed the stainless steel Class A chimney pipe and chimney cap on top of this. And again, depending on your city's regulations, you may need it to be a certain height, which we did. Ours is way above the height that it needed to be, but you know what, better safe than sorry. So next we just took some of this adhesive, and this was for like 2000 degrees, which you probably don't need, but again, we just wanted to be very safe. Sorry for this awkward angle between Connor's legs, but they just put that on, tapped some nails in it, and that was good to go.
Mama bear.
Looking good. I said to Ab, make sure he doesn't roll off the roof. Maybe you better put the mattress down.
The last step for the roof, well, second to last step, was to take these roof brackets, and this was going to help to support and anchor that big pipe, and then we just put those to the roof and then added on the storm collar, caulked that in, and that was good to go. The ceiling support box came with this piece of trim, so Connor just tapped that in to make sure it all fit well. Next, we installed the double wall telescoping pipe, as well as the chimney adapter. And so now this was a scary part, because this is where you see if all of your hard work paid off and if everything fits. We all felt like we could breathe after it was installed and fit in perfectly. Such an amazing feeling. So Connor came up with a great idea to take the leftover tongue and groove board and to just go over this area. At first we were just going to paint it white, but adding that looked so good and it matches our ceilings perfectly. I wanted to show you guys we do have an air purifier going, as well as a smoke detector, and we also have carbon monoxide detectors. I know a lot of you guys were worried about that, but we have all of that covered. When the inspector came, it was a little scary, but thankfully he approved in less than 5 minutes. Our last step that we did was we just made more of this like fake barn wood that we made in the other video to make this like little shelf. We added some trim, and now it's time to start our first fire. So we just did a very small one to start with, but it was so nice. We grabbed some of these iron hooks that we thought we would put in this area, which we still really like, but we're also we want to kind of sit with the area for a little bit before we screw anything into the wall. So we just took some of these basic hooks and just screwed them underneath for now. And we thought it would be really cute to put some old copper pots and pans. I really love this one. I just bought this from an antique shop. I feel like it has so much character to it. So as we go antique shopping, we'll be able to fill up this whole wall with, I think, just different copper items I think would look really beautiful. So we'll start off with this one. This next one I love so much, my dad bought for me, and when we went to Disney World we actually saw it in Epcot. I believe it was in the Norway bakery. So it just is really fun to think that that was also in Disney World. Not the exact one, but the similar one. And then we added some Christmas stockings just to kind of, again, see what it looks like. I don't really love how the area is decorated quite yet. I think I'll like it better when it's just all copper items, but we just wanted to kind of fill it in for now. And then the top shelf area, we'll have to find some things for that. This I thought was really cool. Connor got, it's a heat activated fan. And so you basically put this on top of your wood stove, and the heat activates it, and it will push the heat out to the rest of your rooms. We also put this pot on top with some water. That way we can make sure that the air is staying nice and humid, so that it's not too dry. This wood stove has been so amazing this winter so far. It has been so cozy, especially since basically just when we installed it is when I kind of got sick. So I've just been sitting in front of it and with a rocking chair, just relaxing and enjoying the beauty of how it looks, but also the warmth from it. Hopefully once I'm feeling a bit better, we will go into the woods and start harvesting some wood and get all of that out with Connor's machinery. I feel like that could be a fun video, so if you guys are interested in seeing that, definitely let us know and we will film that for you guys. If you have any questions about the products we used, you guys can just leave a comment below and I will be sure to answer you. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you are new. I hope you guys have an amazing holiday weekend, and Christmas is coming, which is so exciting. But I hope you guys are all having a great day, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye!